कुछ दर्द हम सबकी किस्मत में लिखे हैं। कुछ दर्द तुम्हारे स्पेशल हो सकते हैं, बट कुछ दर्द हम सबकी किस्मत में लिखे हैं। एक दर्द है मृत्यु का, मौत का, और एक दर्द है ब्रेकअप का, जुदाई का। Today what I want to do is answer the question, how do you take a breakup and transform yourself for so many better degrees of outcome using that breakup, taking that breakup into account. And so with that, let us begin answering the question of, first of all, why does it feel like this? Secondly, what is the way I want to frame my mind? What is the conceptual solution? किस तरीके से मेरे को अपने दिमाग को एक तरीके से कल्टिवेट करना है कि मैं सही डायरेक्शन में मूव करूं। और फाइनली I'll give you my personal framework of handling any kinds of breakups, particularly romantic, but और दोस्तियों में ब्रेकअप हो जाते हैं ब्रो, और पार्टनरशिप्स, बिजनेस में ब्रेकअप्स हो जाते हैं। किस तरीके से मैं उनको यूटिलाइज कर सकता हूं in becoming so much better. I don't mean 10%, I don't mean 20%, I mean 5 times better. ठीक है? Okay, let us begin.
My name is Prakhar Gupta and I build more confident Indian minds.
सबसे पहले, what is a breakup made out of? And breakups is a complex reality because breakups are affecting you on so many levels at the same time that एक लेवल पे उसको सॉल्व करने से कुछ होके भी नहीं देता। So the first place that you need to look at when you experience a complex emotion like a breakup is the neurological level. What is happening to me on a hormonal level? What is running through the physical part of my body? क्योंकि एक तो physical part है, एक mental part है. That is a psychological level. On a neurological level, what you're going through is called an oxytocin withdrawal. Oxytocin is the hormone that is responsible for you bonding with somebody. Oxytocin is what has evolutionarily occurred in our systems to make sure when you love someone, you are tied to them. And now that person's away. So what is happening is you are going through the need of wanting more. It is very much like sutte ke withdrawal, cigarettes ke withdrawal. And so it hurts on that level. And why it's important to know that is that maybe your day is going all well and fine, maybe everything is great, but that withdrawal kicks in and it forces your psychology into a completely different place. Your day might feel fulfilled, but not quite. It's kind of hollow because there is a deep withdrawal that is happening. The other interesting part about the neurological level of your reality is that, you know how when dogs give birth to their babies, sadak pe, and you try to move near that baby, the mother gets so angry, so intense. That is what is happening to you on the level of confusion. That's why you're so confused, so agitated, so irritated, because when oxytocin withdrawal happens, you are more likely to get aggressive. Number 2 is the psychological plane, the psychological level. And on a psychological level, what is happening is that very strong memories, and when you say very strong memories, all strong memories have emotional charges. एक emotionally packed memory in my recent history is coming into my mind over and over and over. And that memory hurts. But the two important parts about that reality are emotionally charged and recent. Because you've had emotionally charged memories in the past that you are now so much distant from, वो इतना effect नहीं करती. और recent memories, like तुमने कल क्या खाया था जिसमें कोई emotional charge नहीं है, वो तुम्हें effect नहीं करती. But when these two things come together, recent and emotionally charged, they hurt. The third level is a purely emotional level. And on an emotional level, what you're feeling is pain. And here is a mind-blowing idea about pain. If you come to appreciate it, fat se subscribe marna. Pain is a marker from the depths of your psychology that reminds you that there is a lesson to be learned. That is why moving over breakups is so difficult, because वो क्या lesson है? मेरे को क्या सीखना है? मैंने क्या गलती कर दी? What happened? Such that I'm feeling such immense pain. And this pain is the root for all the confusion you have, for all the jealousy and envy you have, because you're trying to get a grip of what is up with me. The fourth and the most interesting place where you must understand a breakup is almost what people commonly call spirituality, but on a reflective psychological level. भीतर, बाहर नहीं, भीतर, अंदर, तुम्हारे दिमाग, तुम्हारे मन के अंदर. और वहां पे क्या हुआ है ब्रो, कि जो तुम्हारा सेंस ऑफ सेल्फ है ना, ईगो कंस्ट्रक्शन है, जो आइडिया ऑफ मी है, उसमें वो इंसान अटैच हो चुका है. इनएविटेबल है यार, अवॉइड भी नहीं कर सकते. तुमने 2 साल, 1.5 साल, 6 महीने, 8 महीने, कितना भी टाइम उस इंसान के साथ निकाला है, धीमे धीमे यू हैव चिप्ड एट योर सेंस ऑफ सेल्फ टू इंक्लूड देयर एग्जिस्टेंस इन देयर. इन सम वे इट्स अ ब्यूटीफुल प्रोसेस, बट वंस दे आर गॉन, व्हाट इज हैपनिंग इज दैट देयर इज नाउ अ हॉलोनेस, एन एम्प्टीनेस, अ ब्लैंक कैनवस where new things need to happen, but there is no clear way of doing that. And those are the four large planes upon which your reality feels this way. So, क्या करना है? What is the conceptual solution? एक लाइन में अगर मैं conceptual solution बताऊं, from years of experience of my own self and talking to hundreds of people who've been through breakups, chase a new emotional high point such that it takes time and experience to be able to do that, such that it's not simple, such that it's hard. Because when you do something hard, what happens is that you build new emotionally charged memories in that pursuit. You acquire new sources of serotonin and dopamine in that pursuit, and eventually come out as a person with a new self-identity. Given that, what is my framework? Number one is go back to your family and friends. This might sound very trivial, और हो सकता है एक लेवल ऑफ रेजिस्टेंस फील करो तुम, बट मैं बता नहीं सकता ब्रो किस लेवल पे दिस शिट हेल्प्स, बिकॉज यू आर ऑलरेडी गोइंग थ्रू पेन, एंड द ओनली वे पेन इज एवर सॉल्व्ड इज बाय अप्रोचिंग लव. तुम्हारा ऑक्सीटोसिन विड्रॉल यहां हो रहा है, वो यहां से कॉम्पेंसेट हो जाना है. When you hang out with your friends or when you go talk to your family, what really happens is that you do not feel the absence of oxytocin on that level. Plus, bonus level pe what happens, and this happened to me during my last breakup, is if you're able to express that pain to your family and friends, you form newer, better relationships with them. A lot of the deep relationships you have in life are built on sharing pain. I remember the last time I broke up, it was so painful I had to mention it to my dad. तो एक तो बताने में भी डर लग रहा था, बट आफ्टर आई टोल्ड हिम, आई रिमेंबर व्हाट ही सेड टू मी, एंड आई रिमेंबर हाउ इट चेंज्ड माय रिलेशनशिप विद हिम फॉरएवर, बिकॉज दैट इज द मोमेंट आई थिंक ही रियलाइज्ड दैट Prakhar is grown up enough to have his own problems, his own pains, his own life and his own adventures. And he met me on a level where he spoke to me man to man, friend to friend, not father to son. Number two, I'd go work out. Breakups are a God-given opportunity for you to look better. Trust me, we all understand it intuitively. Men and women attract better mates if they look better. We all know this intuitively. But when you are in a relationship, you are so much more likely to slump. You are so much more likely to gain weight. You are so much more likely to take less care of yourself, अच्छे कपड़े नहीं खरीदते, etc., etc. This is a God-given opportunity where you can explore the full potential of your human body. And you'd be surprised at the quality of people you start meeting when you start looking good. No matter who you are, man or woman, if you look better, you meet better people. And more people universally end up respecting you because nobody dislikes a person who is disciplined about their body. Number three, I'd consider what I do with my extra time and energy. It was around my last breakup that I started pouring in thrice the effort into my YouTube. And what that did was, it gave me new goals. New goals mean more dopamine in the chase, more serotonin with the outcome. And it gave me new memories and new emotional highs and lows, such that जो मेरे पुराने दर्द थे, they became less recent and less painful. Number four is go on an adventure. Once you've done 1, 2, and 3, what will happen is that you've essentially, at least, you've laid the seed for you to become a new person. You are now no longer Prakhar going through that pain. Once I was done with doing 1, 2, and 3, I went on a trip. And in this trip, I decided to be rather alone, in a completely different environment, doing things I would not normally do. And what that allowed me to do was step 5, which was ask myself, what is the lesson I want to learn? The problem with learning lessons through pain is that they're not evident while you're going through them. जब दर्द का सैलाब आता है ना ब्रो, तो खड़े होके चिल शांत मन से उसको झेलना होता है, स्वीकार करना होता है, एक्सेप्ट करना होता है, उसे भागना नहीं होता. उस टाइम तो ये तुम्हारा सत्य है, ये दर्द तुम्हारा है, लेना है, जो हम कर सकते हैं वो हम करेंगे. बट जब तुम एक कंप्लीटली स्ट्रेंज एनवायरनमेंट में हो, एक नए इंसान के रूप में, तब व्हेन यू लुक बैक एट इट, यू कैन एक्चुअली सी all the lessons that you needed to learn from it. You can actually appreciate the being and the not being with that person with beauty. That is the moment I could look back and have no gila shikwa, no pains, no anger, no confusion about my breakup. But just genuinely appreciate the time I spent with them, the things I learned from them, the lessons I will never forget. And then ask myself, what is it that I must take forward and what is it that I must leave here in this strange village? But those are the large 5 steps I seek to redo every time I'm broken up from something that is very important to me, particular romantic breakups. Here is the SHER point. Here is, if you want to be a SHER, if you want to become that person, if you want to truly own yourself, here is the base level understanding in your psychology that if you get, it'll never bother you. Breakups are not you drowning. Breakups are an inflection point. Breakups are a place where you fall and now you must go in a completely different direction, a somewhat different direction. Breakups are a place where the universe is asking you to reinvent yourself, where you have the time, the space, the opportunity, the emotional bandwidth, and the motivation, God-designed motivation to become better. If you understand that, you will realize the simple truth about relationships. That in commitment, in being with somebody, there is contentment. And it's a beautiful contentment. But in being single and being alone, there is freedom. The freedom to become you. With that, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope this video helped. If it did, here is another video I made on a very similar-ish topic that we'll find and make, and you can watch this video. If you have any more questions for me, please reach out to me on Twitter. My Twitter handle's right here. Please reach out to me on Instagram. My Instagram handle's right here. You can DM me on Instagram. You can tag me on Twitter. And I will do my best in answering the most interesting questions that come to me. I will see you on the other side.